In this HTML video, we're going to be talking about sections, but more specifically, the footer and the aside. So up on the top of this website, we have a site title and some links, which is all of this. We already talked about that. We'll minimize that. Then we have this section here, which we've talked about most of it, but not the footer part. We will get to that in just a moment. And then we have an aside, and then we have a footer. And that's it. So an aside is information that isn't completely related to the website. Like if I were to take it out, it wouldn't affect really the content. It'd be okay if it was kind of taken out. Not that big of a deal. And in this case, it's just an advertisement or an image. It could also be a sidebar, not super important, but useful as a sidebar. So that can be an aside also. I mean, it could also be a div, but to be more specific, aside would be better. And then, well, let me just keep that expanded. And then we have our footer. Now our footer is all this information at the bottom here. A footer holds a lot of different types of information like author information, a bio, copyright information, links to related content, contact info or related content, sitemap, and so on. In this case, we have it where it's made, what year it was made, and then someone's address also. So that's our footer for this one. A footer doesn't always have to be the footer of the entire website. A footer could be the footer of a section. So if we look at this section up here, we have name of a song, some lyrics, and then we have this extra information in the footer. It could also maybe be an aside, but maybe because of the type of information, it'd be a good footer. The artist, the album, and the release date. Let's look at a website to give us a little bit better idea of how a footer can possibly work. So in this one, we have our page, we have our header on top, we have our main information all in the middle, and then we have our footer on the very bottom. So if we expand our footer, actually let's just look at this real quick. We have links. So there's some navigation here, where to find us, a phone number, an address, how to follow us, and then a mailing list. And then there's other information down here. So if we expand this, here's our navigation with some ULs and some LIs. And then we have this information down here. Let's expand this a little bit more though. We have this how to follow us, an aside, and then some navigation to other websites, and then a section about mailing. So that's their basic setup. So that's how footers can be used and asides can be used.